Good evening. Market's closed and I'm going to go over my trades for today. Bit of a funny sideways market, so let's get to it. It's September the 5th, the first trading day of the month, unless you traded some futures yesterday. I personally didn't, but the futures market was open yesterday, but with as you can see here, the volume was very low. So on my screen is the MES 1 hour time frame. I'm going to flick to the 5 minute. Okay, so let's get back to the start of the day. So I had a couple of trades on today. So the first one I took was a 15-minute opening range breakdown. It broke down through the low as well. Let me just grab my pen. So I took this 15-minute breakdown here as it took out the low and went through the high volume as well, and I was confident it was going to be a good trade. We did see this big topping tail which made it even more tasty, and as you can see it went through, it came back up, and at one point it was doing well and my target was 4,500 and it didn't quite get there. It pulled right back out to me, and so my stop was at 45.14. Whereas, one button again, it's a delete. Whereas I should have stuck with my plan and shorted that level because it would have worked out quite well. But I didn't. I stopped out there and I hung around for a bit. I saw this double bottom, but I missed the double bottom. But what I did take was this 5-minute RBI, which is a good trade. And on the 2-minute, it was even juicier. 2-minute, this one here. So it was that RBI there, and it was above all the moving averages. It broke out above the VWAP, and I got out up here. I think I took profit there, and I took profit there. I think as it pulled back down, I took it as I lost confidence that it's going to didn't make any new higher highs, so I got out around about here, and it worked out. It was a good trade. So that was my better trade of the day. And I had a couple other, I think I took one more short, which was, I'm just looking at my orders at the moment. Yeah, so my out was there. That's right, so then I was trying to catch a short and I pulled back here, but in fact it was a long I took. Yeah, long. It was this one here. I saw it come back into this level and I wanted to go long. I was treating it as a break and retest, which I talked about earlier, and I probably got in a little bit too early. I should have had my stop there, but I should have my entry there, but I got in just as it broke up here and it instantly turned around, and I let it just hover around the VWAP for a bit, and I got out as it took me down below here. So not great. And I did an oil trade as well, which worked out okay, and that was my only trade really for the MES. I kind of left it to it. Well, I couldn't really get a direction on the market, but look at that nice sell off at the end. And then going on to oil, so I took this buy setup this morning. It came in and I put my stop there, and I took a little bit of profit there, and I got out probably a bit too early. It was just before, and so I took profit as we came into this level here, and I took profit as we came into that level. I only had 2 contracts. I was fully out there, and it could have doubled my profit on that, and I could have just trailed the 5-minute candles all the way up, which I should have done, but I didn't. And I'm going to work on that side of it, and I would eventually got out up here instead of down here, and so missing out the meat of the move really, but that's okay. And I took one more long today, and the long was here. In fact, I actually got in as it's pulling back. I was looking for a double bottom. I got in there, it triggered me in, and it's been hovering around, but I got out about there in the end. So, and I didn't really want to. It's out of break even, so that's my break even out, and it's after the market, so volume drops off anyways. that's it really. Looking at the, go back to MES, I just want to have a look at the daily. So we can see where we are for tomorrow. So we've got this two rather bearish candles, topping tails, but we are above the 15, above all the averages, so potentially we could be just looking for a pullback. Volume is declining as well, so price is increasing and then volume's declining on this pullback, so we could see another move up. Maybe we might want to come into this double top, or maybe we want to break the top and push up a bit further, but we'll keep an eye on that. Today was really uneventful, didn't really do much. In fact, it looks like we've broken yesterday's low, so it does look like we could be potentially triggering a lot of people into their sell setups. So up there, entry there, stop there for push down low. If that's a good, might be a good swing trade. But like I said, above all the moving averages, you've got all this below, plus you've got higher increased volume there, and it's a daily level as well, this area of confluence as well, so it's probably going to be hard to get through. So we'll take tomorrow as it comes. So tomorrow I lost track of the Tuesday today, Wednesday tomorrow. And is there any news? Yeah, we've got 10 AM PMI, and we've got news from 7, 8:30. There's a few Fed Collins speech, so might be worth keeping an eye on. In fact, most of the morning's got news, but the biggest one's at 10 is the PMI. So bear that in mind tomorrow as well if you're going to get into an early trade. Okay, that's it. Not a bad day. It's more of a break-even day for me because my losses were quite small, but my wins were quite small, so I didn't really handle that well. And I was just trading small contracts. Oil is quite new to me, so I'm taking it easy with that, but I quite like how it moves. Oil, how clean the charts are on oil. Lovely moves, look at that. So I'm going to be watching oil. I've been watching oil for about a month now, and I'll be keeping an eye on this because I quite like how it moves. Shame I didn't get in on this double bottom. That would have been a great move. Double bottom, push up, pull back, and you know there's a high high, high low, and then entry here on that GBI or RBI, and look what happened. Beautiful RBI just there as it breaks over the top of the pre-market, and whoever is in there actually had a brilliant trade. What's that? And that could have been how many R is that trade? If you were to take it to the top, that's an 18R move. That's not bad. Or if you held it to higher today, oh here we go. If you held it to the high, 22.5R move, that would have been cracking trade. One thing I wanted to show you as well is on here the volume is not true volume because I've added a new feature into the volume, because if you look at the chart now, the volume has been this. So you've got this ultra high volume bar, and obviously you don't normally trade with such a big volume because you like that. It's very hard to read volume sometimes, especially you know, you have to keep zooming into areas to get a read on where the restriction volume is going. But the new indicator I created was an enhancement of my existing one. I've added ultra high volume bar scaling. So currently it looks like that. See the big white bar, and now with scaling enabled, I can reduce it by 50%. So basically it brings everything else up. Or I can reduce it by 80%. Or if I don't even want it there, I can get rid of the bar, and it just shows me the volume. And obviously I know there's ultra high volumes, we've got these highlights in the background as well, but I'm leaving it at 10% volume just so I know there's an ultra high volume bar. And you can see down over here I have this little label tells me that volume scaling is enabled, so in case I leave it on tomorrow and wonder why I'm getting a big move up but I'm getting a small volume bar, it's because scaling is enabled. But this is an indicator I'm still working on. There's a few little things I want to add to it. I've got some anomaly detections, and I'm going to add some more volume analysis to it as well. But we've got ultra high volume, ultra low volume. It also looks for buyers. How many buyers? You can't really see. Here we go. It's because I only reloaded it. So it splits the volume bar into 3 different colours as well. You've got neutral buyers where there's the same amount of buyers and sellers in that candle. Obviously red is more sellers and green is buyers. And you can see that live for all. If I go back to MES, oh no, in fact I've been reloading this volume chart all day, so it only gives you bars for the latest bars you're looking at. But yeah, so it's a good indicator, something I'll be looking to put onto my website shortly. So if you're interested, then visit pbTrader.co.uk. Not there yet, but when it is there, there'll be a link in the description below. Okay, and obviously it's in our Discord server as well for access to all the members. Hope you had a good day, and I will see some of you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.